This is AFTV VIP, the official web app with members-only content, has no ads and a live in-game match centre. The bias predictor, it has daily polls and the AFTV 11 selector. Just one click away.
Good morning, hello everyone, and welcome to the AFTV News Daily. Myself, Cecil G. I've got my guy James B waiting, but this is a tough one. I mean, Friday we're supposed to be up, vibes, gassed. Friday feeling, we're supposed to be excited for the weekend. Sunday we're back against Leeds, but yeah, the news. And I've been flicking through the comments, you know, as I always do before the show starts. And Juan Rosen says, "Are you serious right now, Cecil and James?" And I can't answer this by myself, as you directed to both of us. So welcome in. James B, hello. I know. Did you know what? Yeah, this one, like you said, we didn't see this one coming because we woke up in the morning. We had a show planned, had our news, and then this came out. Partey not being available for Leeds on Sunday. I mean, it's actually already ruined the start of my morning. Like ruined it. We're doomed.
And it looks like a lot of people are seeing this show and not knowing the news. Like this is very fresh. I think I think the sort of the most reliable outlets came out with it about an hour ago. So you're right. We had a show. We were ready to go. We had our title. We were like, all right, this is the story. We're still going to talk about it. But yeah. And then we see the news. It's like, oh, okay, we're going to have to flip this on its head. So frustrating, but. Yeah, Thomas Partey is out of the Leeds game, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's deemed out by the club medic and the official page. But again, we swear by the AFC. But I say we. I wasn't the guy that used to. I don't use Twitter as much. But James swears blind to AFC Bell anything he says, and he did release a statement saying that Partey will be available Sunday. However, I think 48 minutes ago he then didn't retract the statement, but he just said, we're not here to go against the official club's diagnosis or the medical team. So he said, we don't 100% know yet if it's true to be that he is fit or not. But a lot of the big media platforms and Arsenal have said that he won't be available, which again puts us in not a great position for this Sunday's game against Leeds. I'm just trying to think of the other options we'll have available. Obviously, Elneny's tested positive for COVID, so that's again another blow in the midfield. We're kind of relying on Xhaka, I guess.
Xhaka and Ceballos. Looks like that would be, maybe there'll be room in the squad for Willock.
Hopefully. I don't know if he'll start though, James. I don't know.
No, I don't think Willock will start either. But he might get some game time, which is good. Look, this is very frustrating news. Let's just. I'm not here to offer false hope, but I'm here to offer context and a little bit of history. And
give me some false hope, James, man.
Should we just sprinkle some false hope in there? Why not? Rob Holding was meant to be out of the Man United game at Old Trafford. No one thought. They thought Mustafi, maybe Luiz would be fit. The 11 comes out, Holding's in it. So it's not unlike the club, and it's not unlike Arteta to just keep things a little quiet and just not really. Do you know what I mean? Maybe. I mean. I don't know how it works. I don't know if you have to officially announce a player as injured and out of the squad, and therefore there's no way back for Partey for Leeds. But if it's a case of at the moment he's out, but you know it's Friday today, we play on Sunday. Who's to say Sunday morning he's not feeling better and you just whack him on the coach?
Yeah, agreed.
Genuinely, like I don't know how these things work. I don't know if there's a protocol. I don't know if it's considered, you know, in footballing terms, illegal to announce a player is injured and then, you know, and then play him. But we've seen a few U-turns like this before. So maybe there's a chance. Maybe.
Maybe. You know what? I don't know. I don't know. At Premier League level, I don't know if they do it. If it's a mind game thing, a tactical thing for a manager to de-announce a player for being injured and then playing them on Sunday. I don't know. All I know, I've got people. We've got some comments flying in. Thank you. We've got some super chats as well. JL says, I can annoy you. I'm going to say it. Bring back the O word. Now, for this sort of game, obviously we are everyone. I know the fact we miss Ozil, we definitely do. But yeah, for this game, we need Partey. He will fit perfectly in the game against Leeds. Because they're going to be at us, and he'll be the one to get the ball back and break up play. Jono Kanda says, how did he get injured? He got injured in the last match that we played before the international break. At Villa, got a quad injury at half, got subbed off at half time. We was told it was a minor injury, but well, I mean, I don't know how minor it can be. He's been doing rehab this whole international break. He should be fit. This is where I'm kind of like, we have a super chat. Thank you. Oh, Jaden Sanchez, familiar. Are you confident for Leeds game? As I'm not. Bro, you want the real truth from me? I am. With all this news, no way. As much as I want to be that Arsenal fan with optimism and all that, I look at it plain sight and very clear and just matching up what we have on paper right now. It's gonna be a tough game. I just don't want to see a Villa performance again. That's where my head's at right now. I'm not saying Partey would have saved the day, but it definitely would have allowed me to have more confidence in us going into the game on Sunday. But right now, boy.
Do you think? Because I just heard you say, you just hope for anything but a Villa performance, and I completely second that. Do you think Arsenal fans, genuinely, and this might sound a crazy question, but I genuinely mean it, are in a position where actually on Sunday we need to see a performance more than we do a result? Because this is clearly a weird Premier League season, right? Like if I put this out there like this, right? This is a really strange Premier League year. People are going to drop points left, right, and centre. It's going to take lower totals than before to reach certain goals. That's my prediction anyway.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people widely accept that. So if that's going to happen, then actually, is it more important that we start seeing really good performances that suggest that we can have a long-term successful season? So if we go to Leeds and play well but draw, or lose 1-0. I mean, I've said in other videos that a defeat would be unacceptable, and I agree with that. But if we go and we play really well, but we draw 1-1, is that more important to the side than, slugging out a 1-0 win where we've parked the bus and played pretty, unimaginative football as we have done in recent weeks? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, as a fan, what means more to you? Because I am leaning towards the performance side of things. Like, we're going to drop points all season. We're not the finished article. So I'm like, I'd actually rather see us go and play really well.
Yeah, James, that definitely. But also being at AFTV and being in this job role as well. If we lose, the brunt that we get from other fans now and like people, it's gonna hurt me. I'm gonna be honest, but that's why I feel like the performance matters the most right now. I feel like it's like when Gareth Southgate took over England and he played all the youngsters, and we was all just like, we don't care where we get. It's as long as we play well, we got surprised. That's kind of how I feel right now with Arsenal. I feel like we have so many injuries. We're kind of I don't know. We're kind of I got underdog mentality for this Sunday. If I'm honest, I'm just hoping that hopefully we get to see the likes of Willock come in, or the younger players getting a run out and hopefully proving that they're able to play to this level in the Premier League. So I don't know, man. It's
a big game. It's a big game. It's a big 3 games. Leeds away, Wolves at home, Spurs away. Now, call me Mr. Miserable. I think I'm quite positive most of the time. But we could lose all 3 of those. We could. And we could lose all 3 of those. And as individual results, they're not considered the weirdest results. If Wolves go and win at the Emirates, that's not the weirdest result. Like, you wouldn't expect it. You definitely wouldn't hope for it. But it's not that strange. Leeds, we know they can be a good side. And Spurs away, we know it's a tough game. But the fact that they're all in a row, and we've lost 4 already, they're kind of all must-wins. Like, I don't even think... So we're 4 wins, 4 draws now. I don't think it's acceptable to, at the end of it, be on 6 wins, 5 defeats, for example. So even if we win 2 and lose 1, 6 wins, 5 defeats, that's still not good enough, really. 5 wins, 6 defeats, it definitely isn't good enough. 6 wins, a draw, 4 defeats, that's a little bit more stomachable. But do you know what I mean? Like, these are 3 massive games, not just for the opposition and how difficult they are, but actually for how badly we need to start getting results on the board.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I think a lot of people are saying in the comments that they're saying we're going on like Leeds or prime Barcelona, or we're saying that Leeds like we're bigging them up. But the thing is, Leeds, I feel like, can play a similar style to Aston Villa play, just minus maybe a Grealish. So that's the only thing I'm worried about, is I don't want to be embarrassed like we were against Villa. That's just it. Yeah.
No, but you're right. Like, yes, I get what people are saying. Like, Leeds' last 4 results, they've shipped 8 goals. Sorry, last 2 games, they've shipped 8 goals. Like, they're by no means a finished article. They're by no means like a team I expect to lose against. I fully expect to beat them, but they're also a very good side. Bielsa's a very good manager. Like, we saw what they did at the Emirates in the FA Cup last season. They're a good team. So it's not going to be easy. And to round off this first section, we've not got Partey, which is a shame, because if we were going to go and have a go and attack, you need a Partey who's going to be sweeping up. I still don't think this is the end of the Partey news. I'm not convinced, because this is the thing, right? We've had 2 weeks of an international break. Why are we only just hearing that the injury is a bit more serious than we thought? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Maybe if he's had a setback, maybe he's not quite recovered as quickly as they thought, but I don't know. The news was quite positive around him. It was like, he's going to be fit. Like, he's all right.
Yeah, that was the news from the beginning. Like, it's a minor injury.
And now it's actually, he's not going to be available. So that's 3 weeks out. So normally you can quite easily diagnose a 3-week-long injury. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I agree. I'm just trying to
quite fit.
Yeah, I don't know any injury in a quad that allows you to be out, apart from tearing or pulling a quad muscle.
I think it was a thigh. Was it a thigh?
Well, still, yeah, your quad just still the thigh area. I mean, unless you pull something, I don't see any other injury that can be resolved with ultrasound and rest and recovery. So I mean, there's a possibility, James. I'm keeping hopeful. Now, I want you to think about what's your your midfield 3 for this Sunday. We've got now Arsenal saying Xhaka and Danny as a 2, and Saka in the 10. Thoughts, guys? Let us know if we're going to assume Partey is out. Who would you want in that midfield 3, James? Let us know. And also with this one, I'm going to say this seems. The Xhaka and Danny Ceballos, definitely. That seems likely. That seems like the obvious option. I don't know about Saka in the 10. I believe he has the ability to do it, but I don't think he's proven enough to play there. Arteta, I don't believe will take that risk because he's not proven. I feel like it's either a young player, which I doubt he'll start Willock there, but I feel like Willock will be the like for like swap in the 10. But I actually believe, if this is all true to be true, that Partey's out, then I think we'll see Willian or Pepe in that 10 role. I really do. Or Xhaka deep, and then Ceballos and maybe a Willian or Pepe. Thoughts?
Yeah. The thing is, Saka does his best work off the left. Like, I know he's proven to be quite a creative outlet, but I don't think he's got that I don't think he's got that natural guile of a number 10. A player who can. Saka's very talented. I'm just not sure I see him as a 10. I'd rather see him out on the left, whether it's left back, left wing back, left wing, somewhere where he can overlap and be running at right backs. He seems to have added that to his game in the last couple months, like that ability to drop the shoulder and beat a man and get a cross in. And I really like that. It's quite traditional, but it's good. I like it. So not in midfield for me, Saka, but I think I'd have to go with Ceballos, Xhaka and Willock. Reason being, Ceballos can get around and Willock's dynamic as well. But box to box gives you that attacking threat. And then Xhaka can sit deep. And Xhaka needs a bit of dynamism and protection if he's going to be the deepest midfielder. So, yeah, I'd go for that personally. I think there's a nice balance to that midfield as well. And then Pepe, Aubameyang, Saka, something like that. But, I mean, Yeah, this Partey thing does make things difficult now. Suddenly,
So Pepe, Aubameyang, Saka in front three. So Aubameyang down
yeah.
the middle, Lacazette. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna have
Nah,
to
we've
look at.
had this discussion.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
mate. Yeah,
I'm fishing. I'm fishing. I'm fishing. I'm
yeah,
fishing.
yeah, yeah.
We're gonna-
I would. Sorry.
No, I know. I know. I know. We will discuss that. Guys, again, I've seen some people putting their formations in like official TS286 here. I wish I can run through it, but on Sunday, like we're back. We're back in the studio. We're back in the studio, and we'll be able to create your 11, break them down. We'll be breaking down who we think's the best to start. Make sure you tune into the Sunday Live pre-match build-up shows, our flagship shows. It's the one. Tino, regular, I see you. Thank you for the super chat. This is a good chance for Saliba to play. I mean, I've given up on a Saliba dream. I mean, you're I've given up. There's no the right time because we need a midfielder, Tino. If I'm honest, we've got I think Luiz and Gabriel. That's our centre backs, and I feel like they need that to be that needs to be consistent throughout. So I don't know about Saliba now. I don't think I think we'll see him for a lot of the season, but obviously we're all screaming out. I don't know why he's not playing. One more, unless James, do you want to comment on that or that's no? We've said it.
You've summed it up.
Another one. Thank you for the super chat. Another. I see you as well, Jeremy. Swaz Lynch. We see you. Another regular. I believe Willock should start in the 10 role. However, that will only happen if we don't play with the five at the back. Do you think we will play 5 back? Wenger out. He always does Wenger out, Emery in. What is this about? We got Arteta, bro. It's good. We're good. Do you think he'll play 5 at the back? I think. I don't know. James, you answer this one. Let's have a little think, and I'll have a.
I think it's spot on. I think realistically, Willock doesn't play if we're playing a 5 at the back again, because those two positions in midfield will be taken up by Xhaka and Ceballos. Saka will play because he's on the left, and the rest is obvious. I think he's right. We don't play Willock if it's 5 at the back. So Arteta needs to be brave. Arteta needs to move away from this left-sided dominant formation, and he needs to move into something that's more balanced, is braver.
Do you not think? Do you not think he's going to think, "Oh, Man United, we went their way with that formation with a 5 at the back, 1-1-0," or do you think it wasn't convincing enough? Maybe I should look at something. I should look at a change.
If Arteta was sat here in front of me now and he went, "Yeah, but look what we did at Old Trafford," I say, "Yeah, but look what we did against Leicester and Villa. Didn't score a single goal and shipped 4." Football's a fluid game. Like, it's always not only is game to game different, but like minute by minute, like the first 20 minutes of game could be so different to the last 30. We saw that in the Leicester game. Like, if we want to just say how it is, and it's hard because you're going to get kind of get a little bit slated for having this opinion, but the first half against Leicester was superb. We were excellent. We played really well against a good team that played a low block, but we lost. So it counts for nothing. But that second half was terrible. So, these things like Arteta's got to be able to adapt. That doesn't mean that the formation he's like basically created and invented doesn't mean it won't have its use again one day. But we need to adapt and move from it because teams have figured us out. So, yeah, back to Jeremy Swaz Lynch. I'm not sure it's the real Jeremy Swaz Lynch, but thank you for the super chat anyway. I do wholeheartedly agree with everything but the hashtags. I agree. You can't. I don't think Willock plays if it's 5 at the back. So frustrating. That is what it is.
It is. And Jeremy, if that is you, your new Lamborghini Urus, cold. It's sick. So we got another super chat. Thanks, Amitesh Ranjan. Is Nigerian businessman seriously going to take over? James did the coverage of this. I heard it's 35% he's looking to take over Arsenal. I think he's trying to, if I'm correct, James. This was all
Nigerian billionaire Orji Kalu. I hope I pronounced that correctly. wants to buy a huge stake in Arsenal and bring trophies back to the Emirates. We did just win the FA Cup. Come on. But let me just have a little look here, because there are actually quotes from him, which is quite mad. Now, forgive me, I'm not sure exactly who these quotes were to, and I'd love to credit them exactly, but I'm getting this from the Mirror. He said, our success with Enyimba FC between 2000 and 2007 has continued to increase my passion for football. As the pillar of sports in Africa, I'm considering an investment in football, and I will buy 35% stake in Arsenal FC. Our target is to lift the Champions League and Premier League, and valuable investment as well. Doing what you love and loving it where greatness lies. I need 35% of Arsenal to bring back trophies. I love the sound of this.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. That's gassed me a little. Gassed me a bit. Still, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Bring us money. Bring in the players, bro. I'm there.
Bro, do you know what it is like? We've heard these things before. We know Usmanov wanted a bigger stake in the club, a bigger say in the club when he was there. Yeah. Obviously, Kroenke now owns most of it, 90-something%. Like, it's Kroenke's thing. But I do wonder whether Kroenke would be willing to take on, someone's investment at 35%. Kroenke would still be the majority owner, or he'd be the owner, the majority stakeholder. It'd be a case of accepting some real investment in the team. I mean, I don't know how these things, materialize. The fact that he's spoken publicly about this Orji Kalu, that's thank you. The glasses are back. Do you know? Someone said I should come on one day, just like with a scar drawn on my head, and just like see how the comment section takes it. But look, basically, I don't know how these things work. He's spoken out about it. Is it just a power play? Is that I'm going to say it to get fans gassed, and hopefully the Kroenkes hear this and what? I don't know how it works, but I'm not saying this is also necessarily a guaranteed good thing. You don't know what these things mean, but obviously it's right to get a little bit excited about it. Also, we need to do a bit of a background check on this guy. I mean, I when I put his name into Google Images, because I was looking for something for a thumbnail, and I was thinking of jumping on Getty and seeing what there was. I see a headline: Orji Kalu has been released from prison. So I don't know what his history is or what's gone on. I don't know anything. I'm not making accusations. Let's get that out there. But
bro, you're trying to get yourself hunted down with them accusations there. I'm joking. That was class. Yeah, fair. Yeah, you got to be careful. I don't know too much about it. But yeah, again, I think it's early days. Obviously, he can probably in the position where he can say that. Whether it's going to fabricate to actually getting a percentage in the club is another story. So that's kind of the news on that.
Can I actually just really make this clear? I've just read a headline. I have no idea what he's done. I know nothing about this guy.
My Nigerian soldiers, leave James alone. Don't come.
But I think in all seriousness, like real talk now, the reason I bring that up is when we see these things, because obviously we know the Kroenkes don't invest as much money as we'd like. Yeah. The reason I bring this up, and it's not just for chat, it's it's genuinely important to the discussion. We can't and shouldn't just want anyone to just buy a stake in the club and invest loads of money. Like, for me, it is also important that it's the right person. Like, if these sort of things are going to happen, fine, but let's make sure we're happy with this person in terms of what they've done in their past, who they are, where their investments come from, whatever. Like, that's all important as well. That's why I bring it up. Don't shoot the messenger. But these things are important.
Yeah, we do vet a lot of the stuff we talk about as well. It's not like we're not just mindlessly talking about these things. Like, we are very, like I said this previously about, I hate tabloids that are going in on young players and stuff and doing false, just targeting them. So we make sure we're not doing that as much as possible. So please keep that in mind. Also, just quickly, we got a super chat which I'm about to read out, but let's just track back to Partey not being available. There was good news on the back of it though, was that Martinelli is likely to be not involved this Sunday, but he's likely to be back. I'm assuming potentially in the coming weeks. In the next 3 games, we should see him. So at least involved in the squad, because I hear he's back training. So yeah. Also, let me pull up this super chat. Mark T, thank you very much. Also a regular as well. I think we need to start giving Saliba a chance. I agree. I've seen him train. I've seen him training a lot with the team. But what has he done wrong for not even deserving to start in the Europa League? Thoughts? Well, he didn't get put in the squad. He didn't get put in the squad of 25. So I don't know why. I have no clue. I wish I could sit down with Arteta and ask him. I have no clue. James?
No, look, I know the logic behind it, but I think it was the wrong decision. He basically thought he'd have Chambers, Mari, all these other centre-backs available.
Yeah.
And they're experienced players who deserve game time. Saliba could play in the under-23s or maybe go on loan. None of that ended up materialising. The injuries, the players who are injured didn't come back quick enough.
Yeah.
I do have an update on that, which we'll do at the end of the show. And Saliba didn't get a loan move, so he's playing under-23s football right now. Look, it's really disappointing. It's unfortunate, but I do think it was an accident more than anything. And yeah, it's frustrating, but he's got a long time to play a lot of football, so it's all good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's that. Why is Arteta so stubborn from Adam Ali? We've got again. I don't want to be the guy to say it. We've got to trust in him, trust the process for now, guys. For real, it's still early-ish days. So let's just trust in him for now. Yeah, Arteta only game having game is the plan. Okay, cool. I was gonna bring up some more comments. So James, let's go forward and move on to Szoboszlai and Aouar. So what's been said? So we looking, because if we get both, I feel like a spoiled kid at Christmas that's asked for the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and got both. Yeah, that's what if we get both, that's me gassed, celebrating. But how likely is that to happen? Yeah, talk to us. Let me know.
Just for a second, bow to the bell. AFC bell once again.
Oh, AFC bell. Jeez.
Always.
I don't know. I shouldn't do that. That's bad.
Do you know what? We got to start taking him seriously as a source. Like he, she, whoever this great organisation is. But look, we did plenty of praising yesterday. Look, just an update from them said that the club are looking at both Szoboszlai potentially in January and Aouar in the summer. They did say none of this was concrete. They just they feel the evidence points towards Aouar being a player we'll go back in for, and that supposedly Aouar and Partey were maybe both being targeted this summer, but for whatever reason the Aouar deal didn't happen. Oh, stop hating. And then Szoboszlai is available this January, and I think a spokesperson, it might have even been the manager at Salzburg, said that he expects Szoboszlai to be gone in Jan. So, look, interesting developments. Not really a lot to touch on there, but I think what I would say about this is it wouldn't surprise me if the club were looking to get both. It really wouldn't surprise me. Like if you look at where Arteta came from at City and the plethora of attacking talent they had, and the ability they had to squeeze, they'd squeeze 2 creative midfielders into one midfield, or maybe Bernardo Silva would play out on the right if he had to. They believed their philosophy under Guardiola was, midfield dominance was key, and I just wonder whether, Arteta maybe is thinking, you know what, it's not Szoboszlai or Aouar, it's both. I genuinely need both. Like. They are both going to be crucial to the way we want to play if we want to dominate at the highest level. So interesting to see that, just a report there saying that it's not one or the other. Again, with the whole Partey Aouar thing back in the summer, it's not one or the other. I think they are going to try and do both because this midfield needs serious upgrading.
Yeah, it's okay, fair. I mean, I'm trying to think of the price of for both. So was Szoboszlai 25 million?
Yeah, about 25 million for Szoboszlai, and then Aouar.
Was
probably picking him up for 50 million, 45, 50 million.
Yeah, so So the price of Pepe, you get 2. So, I mean, hopefully, depending on it, just kind of depends on obviously, the club and if they're happy to agree the fee. It's a possibility. It's definitely a possibility. Especially, I don't know if it makes sense if we're shipping out players in January, which we don't know yet. But there is a lot of players that could definitely be moved on well, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but recoup that money basically. That it could be doable, definitely, 100%.
I think. Do you know what? I think the situation. If I'm purely guessing here, I don't know anything. It's just guesswork. I think Szoboszlai is a genuine gettable target, and I think the club are working on that because he's gettable. And then I think Aouar is if you get 70 million, we'll start sprinkling some real like world-class talent to this team, and that's where your Aouars and players like that get targeted. That's what I think. So I think Aouar is more dependent on what we do this season, whereas Szoboszlai I think is a target either way. Okay,
cool. James, next we're on to the last topic. Let's see. Let me just take on to the last topic of the day. Talk to us.
So just quotes by Arteta. Do you know what? This is more club updates. Arteta said that he was sort of hurt by the Ozil omission. He's obviously still being asked about it a lot in interviews and stuff. And it's just, I suppose all I want to say on this is just a shame that we're still on this. I actually, maybe I was hopeful, maybe I was naive. I just thought that maybe if the minute he was omitted from the squad, the minute we knew he couldn't play, that this would finally be put to bed. It wouldn't sit well with people. I'm not saying people would be happy, but people would just go, there's no debate to be had anymore. But it's still coming up. Arteta's still being asked about it. Don't know. I'm bored, man. I'm ready to put this to bed. I'm not saying that's not me saying what happened is right or wrong or anything. I'm just saying it's done. It's finished. Yeah. It's like if you get dumped and you're thinking of all the things you did right or where it went wrong. It's like, whatever, but it's over now. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's pointless. Yeah. There's no point. It's just going over and over. I don't know. It's I don't know if you feel as dejected as I do about the whole thing. I'm just bored.
I'm just over it. I just really am over it. I feel like fans and myself included just need to get over the fact that we're not going to see Ozil. Like we scream it out. I think everyone. I'm sure Arteta is very aware that he's needed and we want him, but there's something else holding it back. It's definitely a higher power in the club. We just got to let it go.
It is like a breakup, isn't it? Because it's like like if you're done, you don't keep going back to your ex and being like, look, like, let's talk about this. Like, where did it go wrong? Like, what? Like, it's just leave it. It's done. Maybe in the day or two after, you want some answers to questions. But what's this? Like 4, 5, 6 weeks down the line? Like, move on, man.
I'm quite surprised. I believe heavily in the Szoboszlai and Aouar purchase of them both. Only because I feel like as a board, when I'm trying to cover up a player like Ozil, the best thing to do is put your money into getting new creative midfielders. So then all that smokescreen and all that palaver over Ozil just get washed away because we've got 2 brand new creative midfielders. So then, because every time there's no creativity and we're lacking it, everyone just turns to Ozil. So as a board, I'd be like, do you know what? Forget it. I've had enough of this. Just get the 2 creative midfielders and just get rid of that deal with Ozil because I don't want to hear it anymore. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get both in this next window, or definitely at least one of them. I want to quickly, obviously, we're going back. I want to touch on this as well. Tijan Vincent says, have you seen mention about Willian's saute behaviour? Now, we spoke about this yesterday, and I'm laughing, but I'm actually getting wound up because we have a lot of problems right now. We've got Willian who needs to be confirmed as negative from COVID. We've got obviously El Neni confirmed as having COVID-19, so he's out. Partey is currently injured in the midfield. Yeah, there's Saka has been. I'm not saying he's not available, but he's played probably the highest amount of minutes an international break out of anyone for England. So
yeah,
do you know what I mean? That's a problem. He's been sleeping rough in airports. Like
Tierney played a full Tierney played 3 games, one of them 120 minutes with
Yeah.
extra time, penalties. Yeah. But on the Willian thing, by the way, I think he's defended it on business. I think he has, genuinely. I was looking into this yesterday. Let me have a little look before we round up. I do think Willian explains himself after what does it say? Anyway, he's adamant he's not broken any rules. It was a business trip, supposedly. This is according to the Evening Standard. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, look, and this is why when we covered it back in our video a few days ago, we both said we were like we had a laugh about it because you got to laugh in these times. But we did say, look, we actually don't know why he's done this. It could be completely fair and justified. So let's wait before we judge the situation. So, but I'm not sure. But then, having said that, I'm not sure the club would have happily allowed him to travel and do his business if it meant coming back and having to test and prove he was fit. So there is that as well. So, there's many layers to the story, but yeah. Do you want to end on some nice injury news?
Yeah, go on. You got a little update, yeah? Yeah, go on.
Yeah, Charles Watts, in the last hour or two, said that Mari is now back and starting in full training. That is very good. Martinelli is also with the group again. Should be back fully within 2 weeks. Thank you. Well done, boys. They've had long-term injuries, those two. They've had since June and July. No, both since about June. That they've had a long time out. And it's a shame because we could have done with them. Yeah, Mari could have done a job for sure, especially in some of these Cup and Europa League games where Jack has had to fill in at centre-back and Mustafi's had to come on when he's not fully ready and Holding's had injuries, Louise had to play early, all these stuff. Mari could have done a job and Martinelli would definitely add something to the attack. So I think that's a nice positive to end it on.
Yeah, I'm happy with that, and that is perfect to end it on. I've seen a lot of comments saying lineups and what's your lineups, Cecil, James. We'll do our lineups this Sunday. We have a pre-match build-up show. We'll be doing our build, our starting 11s that we predict, and then who Arteta will probably what he will probably choose, and then we'll also build you guys 11s. So make sure you tune in on Sunday for that. Again, we're back every morning at 10 a.m. with the daily news. Yeah, the daily news show. Me, myself, and James. Thank you everyone for watching. I just want to give you a quick reminder that today at 6 p.m. we'll be doing an AFTV quiz. We'll be just doing Arsenal questions and other questions in football, and you can win prizes. So make sure you tune in. It's on Instagram live at AFTV Media. Make sure you're there. And later tonight at 7 p.m, straight after the quiz, Robbie will be going live with another talking topic of the day. Thank you everyone. Just gonna leave on this. Amen to the return of Martinelli. Yes, he's back training. We hope to see him. Thank you for watching. I'm going to end it as I always end it with the brand new AFTV app. Make sure you guys go download it and see all the exclusive content. Thank you for watching. Have a great Friday and weekend. Peace.
This is AFTV VIP, the official web app with members-only content, has no ads and a live in-game match center. The bias predictor, it has daily polls and the AFTV 11 selector. Just one click away.